Let's go. Das war's. Ice Tornado. Warte mal, ich muss gerade was überprüfen, Leute. Ich muss gerade eine Sache überprüfen, die ziemlich wichtig ist. Wenn mein Stream nicht läuft und nicht gleich mein Game gleich crasht, nein, danke, das solltet ihr nicht sehen, bin ich sowas in Arsch. Live, ja, warte mal. Weil es kann sein, dass jetzt eine Stream-Verzögerung von ein paar Minuten drin ist. Wenn das stimmt, ist da, ja, sind wir im Arsch. Sind wir so ziemlich im Arsch. Ne, keine Stream-Verzögerung. Ich muss was überprüfen, Leute. Das war's. Let's go. Das war's. Ja, es ist mir geil. Ich habe hier vergessen, auf den Knopf zu drücken. Okay, nochmal zurück zum Thema. Hey Leute, ich bin durch Peace und wir kommen jetzt zurück zum Stream. Sorry, dass ich jetzt erst auf den Knopf gedrückt habe zum Live-Gehen. Das passiert mir jedes Mal mit OBS. Und ja, wir sind gerade in einer neuen Story von Punishing a Raven drin. Und geil, ich kann nicht raus. Scheiß drauf. Können wir auch wieder von neu machen. Und zwar Kapitel 13, Fake Ascension. Das ist das Update. Und in diesem Update geht es ziemlich halt um Luna. Ja, und um die Ascendants. Ich habe keine Ahnung, wie man das übersetzen soll. Übrigens. Und ja, wir so ziemlich, um kurz die Story abzukürzen, Babylonia, die Raumstation, wo die Menschen sich sozusagen hingeflohen sind. Und die meisten zumindest. Und es fliegt gerade auf dem Himmel, weil nun die KI, die diese Raumstation steuert, gerade gehackt worden ist. Und gerade den Befehl kriegt, einfach nach unten zu fliegen mit voller Kraft. Und unsere Aufgabe ist so ziemlich, diesen Fehler in der KI zu finden und zu löschen. Oder besser gesagt, den Fehler zu ändern. Ich weiß nicht, wie ich es ausdrücken soll. Aber ja, das ist so ziemlich die Story und wir sind jetzt in der virtuellen Welt, um das zu reparieren. Nun, dann wollen wir mal. Wo war die Story? Hier. Wir waren im Parliament Square und wir gehen hier mal weiter. Geil. Okay, let's go. Müssen wir halt eben kämpfen. Let's go, dies hier. Übrigens, wie geht's euch, Leute? Geht's euch gut? Ich hoffe. Let's go. Ich bin ausgewichen, hallo? Geht doch. Ich bin ausgewichen, aber okay. Let's go, Lucia. Ich liebe diesen Skin. Ich bereue es nicht, das Geld auszugeben für den Skin. Der ist mega teuer gewesen. Random Event, okay, nehmen wir das Random Event. Ah, nice. Super. Kriegen wir ein bisschen Genuss. Random Event. Ah, you fucking kidding me. Der Fischen Blockade. Babylonia Square. Area Overload. Können wir nicht hin? Oh no, cutscene. Something powerful suddenly hits you. What the? Be careful. This is data defense. If I analyze the defense answer with my computing power, please do so. Bitte tu das. Bitte tu das bitte analysieren, Lee. Understood. Calculate route. Yep. Start cast. Confirm result. Deduce done. Lee has come up with a precise plan, pointing out another opening monster highly decent starter defense. Defense data ahead. Cleared. All hands brace for shock. Following Lucia's words, darkness dissipates. You don't know where you are, except that you are falling. Das ist nicht gut. Moment. Fallen? Commandant? Someone pulls you up from behind. It is probably Lucia with a jetpack. Definitely, I have already landed on the ground 5 meters below you in what they called a superhero landing back in the olden age. Okay, Kuro Games, nice joke. Okay, war nicht schlecht. Commandant, be ready for landing. My jetpack can't last much longer. Lucia, let go of you 1 meter above the ground. Rolling. Then you see Lucia landing next to you. Is everyone okay? Okay, dann wollen wir mal Story. A familiar sight. Something's off. After completing the immersion process and removing the obstructive data wall, 4 of you arrive at Parliament Square in the virtual space. If you don't remember being pushed within the frame, you would have felt as if you were teleported to Parliament Square directly from the bridge. But for some reason, something does not feel the same. What's wrong? Ja, ich wüsste auch, was falsch läuft. Was ist das? It looks like something. Things have formed a wall. Man, eine Wand? In der KI. I can't use my sensor to detect what the wall is made out of. It's data. It's a flowing wall of white noise-like data. Oh, okay, also eine Firewall. I can understand it's a wall formed from the data stream. It's one of the anti-interference protocols. Looks like it really has been infiltrated. I am afraid so. We can only find a way to close it or go through it once the immersion process is complete. How do we do that? Like I just said, we have to find a way. Okay, und wo ist dieser Weg? Oder müssen wir einfach durchschlagen? A few days ago. A young man with blonde hair stood before the doorway to the conference room. Seeing that the door was ajar, he softly took a breath and knocked on the door. Come in. Oh, es ist Lees Bruder. Great. Commander Nicholas, there's something. Oh, President Hassan. Seems like you've been quite busy recently. I haven't had a chance to speak with you. Have a seat. Please take a seat over there. Yeah, right over there. Hassan refrained from responding to Mary. Instead, he mentioned Mary to take a seat on the other side of the table. Mary sat opposite to Hassan with a cup of coffee placed in front of him. Mary looked at Hassan through the steam incoming from the coffee, then blinked awkwardly. There's no need to be nervous. Celica brewed the coffee herself. Ah, okay. Der Typ ist richtig weird in der Story. Das ist, glaube ich, einer der weirdesten Charaktere in der ganzen Story. Das ist Lees Bruder, übrigens. Und er arbeitet in der Intelligenz, sozusagen für den Geheimdienst in Babylonia. Besser gesagt die Purifying Force. Ich kann es nicht genau sagen. Aber ja, es ist eine weirde Backstory mit ihm. Hearing this, Mary smiled and took a sip of coffee. Thank you. Tastes good. Oh ja, ich hoffe, es tut gut schmecken. Staying off to the side, Nicola put down his new empty cup and turned on the holoscreen. I told you, Arthur, he's fine. Let's get down to business. Following Nicola's gesture, Mary shifted his gaze to the content on the holoscreen. This is the report I submit to you. Is President Hassan here with you because there's an issue with it? No, with the information itself. But what concerns me is how you got it. Holding the coffee cup, Mary came to a halt and stayed silent. Still not willing to tell us, How you got your hands on this information? Well, I'd like to live a little longer. Ich glaube, ich weiß, von wem er die Information hat. Ich bin nicht sicher, aber wenn er das so sagt, wahrscheinlich von jemandem von den Ascendants. Weil ich glaube, die töten direkt jemanden. Oder es ist Vera. Die würde sofort ihn einfach umbringen aus Spaß. Moran said softly with a slight apologetic tone. Our husband understood that the young man would not come clean. In that case, why don't you transfer back? It would be better for someone in your condition. Uh-oh! Thank you for your concern, Mr. President, but I'm happy with my current job. Dude, das war ein Befehl. Das war keine höfliche Bitte wahrscheinlich. I'm not considering transfer right now. My intelligence work is just a way for me to accumulate combat experience. After all, my physical condition doesn't allow me to become a commandant with boots on the ground. In some ways, I'm happy with the work you produce, and I don't intend to transfer you elsewhere. You're the only person besides the Korean commander who passes the test currently. So you should understand that, even if the source of your intel violates our rules, we won't sentence you to death for this. Okay, das ist, wenn er... Von wem hat er diese Info? Murray looked down at his reflection in the coffee cup, obscuring his expression. Okay, das habe ich nicht richtig gelesen. Here. Murray looked down at his reflection in the coffee cup, obscuring his expression from the two men sitting opposite of him. He quickly raised his head again, then the corners of his mouth curled to a smile. Peculiar smile. Uh-oh. So, I was given a mission and I completed it. That's all. Dude, hör auf, uns einen Scheiß zu erzählen. Just as I won't ask you how you will use this information, you wouldn't have to provide the details on how I obtain information. You wouldn't have the authority to ask. You're right. We know that what you're doing, at least in terms of results, are still for the benefit of Babylonia. We seek a common goal. However, Murray, no matter how many moves you can make behind the scenes, don't you think they can remain in him forever? I think you can gauge where the lines are, at least for the time being. Oh, ich glaube, der Typ wird später zu einem riesigen Problem. Thank you to both of you for your trust. You've worked under me for quite some time, but I must admit, I still haven't had you figured out. Ja, der Typ ist weird. Der ist einfach wirklich weird und man weiß echt, du wirst nicht aus dem schlau. Lee geht ihm zum Beispiel komplett aus dem Weg, geht sein eigener Bruder aus dem Weg. Und ja, das ist weird. Deswegen, mal sehen, was aus der Story wird. Nicola took out a black folder from a briefcase under the table and pushed it across to Mary. If you're unwilling to divulge the source of your info, the least you can do is be your views. What do you want me to do? It's always what you do best. Gathering intelligence. Gathering information. Sammeln Informationen für uns, Mary. Mary immediately noticed the logo on the file. He let out a apparent smile, then looked up at Nicola. I'm not your only bet in this game, am I? Just make sure you get the job done. You just want to see results that benefit Babylonia, that's all. You can put down your cup of coffee, you know. You don't have to keep holding it if it isn't to your liking. After that, Hasse Nicola stood up and left the conference room, leaving Murray with his coffee, unsure whether or not to drink it. After quite some time, he finally took a deep breath and smiled bitterly as if being relieved of a heavy burden. That wasn't pleasant at all. Dude, du hast nicht die Quelle gegeben. Du hast die Quelle von einer Information nicht weitergegeben. Natürlich ist man misstrauisch. Aber ja, wie auch immer. Müssen wir mal sehen, was geht hier ab. Okay. Wait, what is this? Damn it, it's a defense data type. No matter what went through, we have to go through over this if you want to find it. Oh, super. Heilige Scheiße, ist deren Ernst? Shit! Let's go. Hallo, ich bin ausgewichen. go. Okay, es geht weiter. Oh, damn it! Es gibt's doch jetzt nicht. Aber was soll's, tun wir, wenn wir uns durchkämpfen. Das war's. Aber den nächsten Gegner tun wir einfach direkt rauskicken. Whatever. Ah, ich hab keinen Bock mehr auf Stealth. Let's go. Eisexplosion. Let's go, Lee. Das war einfach. So, mal sehen, was hier abgeht. Shield's finally gone. So, jetzt gehen wir mal weiter. Mal sehen, was uns am Ende erwartet. The signal traces back to the main elevator. We have to go back and keep searching. Okay, die Musik ist mir gut. At long last. So, this is virtual space. It's different from both reality and virtual reality. How astonishing. What's the matter, Lucia? Was ist los? We went through the international process only to find ourselves somewhere like Babylonia. The sense of discrepancy is accelerating. I know what you mean. Why does the sphere of FOS turn to virtual space into Babylonia? Alter, was ist das? Das öffnet sich in letzter Zeit so oft. The visual translation from the sphere of FOS references the cognitive data of an individual, which means you are the ones who think Babylonia is a close visual approximation of Gestalt. Based on the nature of the dimension, Lee's computing power should be plenty advantageous here. Sure, this mission will rely on Lee's computing power to provide the command and if accurate reference necessary for decision making. This issue isn't something that can be solved by an antivirus program. You need to locate the intrusion point. Okay, also wir müssen sozusagen die Lücke zumachen. If you can't fix Gestalt's internal problems, you won't be able to do anything externally. Your mission is to keep Babylonia afloat. Oh ja, ich wusste, es ist Luna. Everything is going according to plan. We have control over most of Gestalt's operation rules and we have completely blocked its ability to control Babylonia's power. Only will crash in 17 hours as estimated. Ah, not too shabby. Hey Roland. Once Babylonia crashed into gone, it will be no different from ordinary settlement to us. Shall we get moving, Miss Luna? Hey Alpha. Do I need to explain to you what you have to do? I see. We'll get going. I gravity corrupted. Sister. Got it. Aber at a potential crash site. Good, do so. Gabriel, you block the signals then. Understood. Get going. Tone signature is different from previous because have been detected in the speech patterns of Gabriel and Roland. What are you trying to say? I'm only informing you. That's none of your business. I see. In that case, I will continue the infiltration program. Synchronize everyone's comms with the predicted crash site. Understood. Sister? Yes? What is it? Be careful. I will. Why are you telling me this? I just want to. That's all. Ich glaube, Ronan und Gabriel tun gleich ein Coup machen. Und wir sind fertig mit dem Area. Das ging schnell. Okay, Preparation Center. Ich habe noch keine anderen an Konstrukte gekriegt. Hier lang. Story, unexpected bold. Encounter unexpected events, both friendly and hostile, both commanded and improvised. Uxra, how is the infiltration coming along? The area under my control has decreased to 12.7%, and Babylonia has regained power by 6.1%. Compared to 1 hour ago, Babylonia is still in freefall. What changed? It appears that a task force has entered Gestalt's virtual space in an attempt to resist my infiltration. Everything is still under my control. Do you have any interference programs? Multiple disguised sub-terminals have been released. They will create massive disruption before the Babylonians force to realize what is happening. That's good. Your hesitation suggests a concern for my tactical capability. Please state any alternatives that can be implemented. That's not what I meant. Okay, interessant. Do what you must. As usual, Huaxu does not respond. Luna enters in meditative state. Gott, ich kann es nicht aussprechen. She recalls the expression on Q's face during the battle in Kulong, and the conversation between Q and Huaxu from the records retrieved by Huaxu. Huaxu, how can humanity survive under such circumstances? All data has been passed, but no such method exists. Regardless of the method, humanity will only end in destruction. Earth has already experienced 5 mass extinctions. Humanity is merely just a visitor on this age-old planet. I adjust the input range parameters to meet your requirements. I want results. Very low probability, but not impossible. Changing the scope has made certain options possibly low now. We are in position. Understood. Proceed with caution. You already said that. Then... oh my god. Then take it as another reminder. Oh, fine. Huaxu? Yes? Forget it. It's nothing. Okay, irgendwas geht hier in dem bei unserem Feinden falsch. Wie auch immer. Wir müssen weiter diese Datenbank infiltrieren. Let's go. Is this a security barrier? Watch out, there's more from behind. Threat detected in the area. Activating extermination mode. No. Move back. Yes, Bianca! Hi! Was machst du hier? Luckily I made it in time. And if those defense programs activated, the alarm will be facing a lot more of them. Bianca, why are you? It's a long story. I have my mission too. But now that we are heading the same way, let's stick together. Nice. Hey, wo ist Karen? Okay. There are some defense programs patrolling this area. Let's get rid of them before they raise the alarm. Let's go. Ah, ist das dein Ernst? Let's go. Are they trying to protect something? On a patrol pattern, I don't see anything worth our attention. Maybe we find some clues in this area. Let's search around then. Today's special scientific late with hazelnut syrup. Buy 2, get 1 free. A cafe? What's the point of investing in a place like this? The switch of space feels so real. Even the guide looks exactly like what we have in Babylonia. Ah, look, Luke, that's the shop I told you the other day. That boutique you mentioned? Let's go together after this mission. Speed ist gar nicht mal so klein, muss ich sagen. So wie es aussieht, ist da irgendwie, ja. Da ist ein Riss. Let's go. Are you serious? Gut, damit hätten wir es erledigt. No luck here, we have to... Are you really Bianca? Oh! Bianca, what is it? What is the purifying force doing here? Didn't I tell you? I just spoke with Asimov on the comms to confirm the mission assigned to the members of the purifying force. Bianca is in City A15 right now, conducting a mission. Not to mention, a virus writer's frame affects mind stability. It wouldn't be suitable for this mission. Oh, okay, gut zu wissen. The kind of fighting method that ignores damage to the mind is nothing like what Bianca would do. Disable construct mind camouflage module. Based on the information revealed in our conversation, continued use of simulate camouflage is no longer as necessary. Okay, this is Huaxu, 100%ig. Bianca's body dissolves into the air, turning into a tiny data frame, data stream of flashing neon light. Subterfuge fails. Switching procedure. Hey wait, there's no reason to stay here. Huaxu does not permit purposeless actions. The Bianca who claims to take orders from Huaxu vanishes into thin air in front of the Grey Ravens. Lived through full band scanning. Understood. Program signal has disappeared, but... what is it? There are no traces left behind the virtual space. It didn't leave by moving. Then how did the program escape? Advanced camouflage? A cross-program pathway as a springboard? Directly eye-tracking remote data? Altering the lower part levels of Gestalt? What is it? It couldn't have been changing the port levels. The risk of being attacked by Gestalt's anti-interference protocols is too high. First and foremost, cross-reference with a data slice from 5 minutes ago. On it. In the meantime, Commandant, what method do you think she used? You have to rely on your reasoning to figure this out. Having been dissociated with living as a human for so long, our way of thinking is closer to that of a machine. So to figure out our blind spots when we all think alike. Wir sind im Datenstrom, in Cyberspace. Data eye tracking. If you find the abnormal program, will you be able to track the movement of Bianca? Is that so? Yes, my thoughts exactly. Liv will be in charge of scanning, I'll be in charge of data analysis. Let's do this. Understood. subterminal was detected by a Babylonian task force. However, it has not been located by them. It is Wait, was? Du hast gerade eben gesagt, dass wir es gerade gefunden haben. Ah, detected. It is proceeding to its new position according to the previous bridge route. Have you achieved your objective? Data masking has been initiated. The goal of delaying the task force in their search is partially complete. You haven't eliminated them? Computing power has been prioritized to maintain infiltration efforts. It was impossible to locate enough power to the sub-terminal for combat purposes. We're bubbling in fall as we planned. Everything is under control. Luna, du solltest. Das ist deine einzige KI, die es durchziehen kann. Also halt die Klappe. Okay. Battle preparations. Attack. Hetero creature. What? Was ist das? Let's go. Zu einfach. Viel zu einfach. Live any progress? I've tracked down some trails that we should keep an eye out for, but I couldn't filter for specific ones because there are too many signals in this area. Lee, can you help? Yes. Not without risk though. I can use my computing power to do brute force filtering of all the signal sources, but I can't guarantee that I'll be able to filter out all the other interfering signals. What that means is that we need to go through multiple rounds of filtering, which is going to take quite some time. I leave the choice to you. Let's give it a try. Understood. Okay. Probieren wir es. Start casting. Found it. Beginning reserve reverse route deduction. I found another cluster of tracks up ahead. Let's move. Understood. Okay, let's go. Wir haben unsere Informationen, also können wir auch weitergehen. Junk Data. Okay. Seems like they were prepared for a brute force filtering. What is it? All the tracks in this area are legitimate. They all spread out in different directions but still being connected to each other. Crossing, interrupting, skipping, camouflaging, this maze of tracks was specifically designed to counterattack brute force filtering. Guess we can only count on our instincts. I see, so instead of trying to crack it with your computing power, you're using as a guiding function on the reinforced sensor of the invert device. That's it. Let's go. Neural invasion. This track is pointing towards the way we came. This means if we hadn't come across this path we had found ourselves getting further away from the target the longer we chase it. We have no time to waste and we need to report this. If we lost this fight, I'd ask them would need to be prepared. Well, let's report this first. Roger that. Let's find a place near with better connections so we can report the situation. Okay, gut. Tun wir das mal. Tun wir mal A7 kontaktieren. Fake friendship. What? I was very clear in my report. Comprehensive data camouflage. How is that possible? We aren't sure, we can only guess that Hiraxa is capable of such power. That doesn't make sense. If Hiraxa is capable of this degree of data camouflage, then she could have just... Asimov stops talking mid-sentence when it comes. I want you not to forget that possibility. You were right, I got going. What's happening? Was passiert hier gerade? We'll clarify later. Right now you have more urgent missions. Catch Bianca, I mean Huaxu. Since Huaxu took the initiative to appear before us, we obviously can't let this opportunity slip out of our grasp. No matter where she goes, Huaxu will eventually find a way to complete the core objective, or return to the mother terminal. I see. In short, as long as you can find the location of that program, we can find hints on where to proceed from there. Ganz genau. Few days ago. Dude, warum kennen wir die ganze Zeit Flashbacks? Alright, so holding the cold coffee, Mary got up to leave the conference room before bumping into Silica, who opened the door. Miss Silica? Did President Arson forget to explain something? Silica blankly handed Mary an ID card. Commander Nicola asked me to give this to you. Otherwise I wouldn't be talking to you. As for your mission, I don't want to get involved. With that, Silica turned and left the conference room. Mary looked down to confirm the logo and an ID card and gave a weary smile. Ouroboros, Scarab, Cerberus, Carabeo. Which of the Black Ops teams would be the commander's backup team? And as for me, how much do you know about me? Looks like I have the upper hand with the information I know right now. This will eat into some of my resources, but this risk is worth taking. Where bist du, Mary? Playing around with the ID card in his hand, Mary opened the door and left the conference room. After he left, the only light that remained in the room was the quiet blinking from the button in the holo projector. From the intel we've collected, it's clear where we must go from here. We need to find a suitable method to track their whereabouts, or at least uncover enough intel to establish a starting point. Right? That's right. Liv, scan the entire block for data. If it was machine or AI logic, we should be able to detect a pattern. Nay, all speech, even the commonest speech, has something of song in it. Such is the case for humans, too. Does it apply to machines? And our heroes, hero worship and the heroic in history. Why as always, Commander? In other words, we should look for this element of song. I scanned the whole block and there are multiple data signals. Which one should I track? Two of them obviously belong to Babylonian task forces. For the remaining two, one I've never seen before and the other is from Team Ouroboros. This name sounds familiar. Is this Q? Is that Commander Nicola's team? They always seem to be carrying out missions, but no one ever knows what they are about. What are they doing here? Generally speaking, it's above our pay grade. Yep, definitiv. Wir sollten das nicht fragen. Even if you ask, the commander will just say, no comment. Yup. So what should we do? Tracking the more signal of the two task forces might be the most promising. Even the program has a disguised ID. It wouldn't be our boss or that signal we've never seen before. Why is that? If it were a signal we've never seen before, wouldn't that be more suspicious? As for the two unknown signals, let's ask them if check them after we solve the issue in the virtual space. At present, we should focus our efforts on solving the more urgent task at hand. As long as we find Bianca or any sign of Byorksu, our current problem may be solved. The only sort of intrusion we found so far is Byorksu is disguising as Bianca, so I believe that is our best shot. That makes sense. And let's start looking. Understood, I keep scanning. Maintain mint-link fluctuation from 0.05%, as long as you keep it within this boundary. Asimov, something's wrong. What is it? Bridges said that the energy reserve is almost empty to keep the engines operational. Power reduction impact is expanding. The voltage regulators of the bridge Endgestalt can't counter this much fluctuation. I mean, if the energy fluctuation expands further, it will be too late for Gestalt and the algorithms inside. If you can use the independent emergency power of the ship, we may be able to hold out a little longer. Hey, Chief Technician, if we have any idea, yes, now is the time. Turn off the thermostatic exists in the residential quarters and avoid the energy pipeline to start. As for the bridge, we have to use some elbow grease. Elbow grease? Apart from what is needed to maintain the immersion, we manually transfer and all pipelines and turn off everything that is not necessary. It seems a bit primitive, but it just might work. Weil die haben gerade sehr viel zu tun. Compromise code. Following the route Liv has mapped out, you run into a distorted program ghost. How come? While the signal characteristic on it are definitely identical to Bianca. They are probably left behind by the springboard. Is this story because Bianca couldn't clean up the messy departure of her invading data in time? Or maybe she never intended to clean it up for the hosts she hijacked. This is probably going to affect the efficiency of our tactics, but I think we should fix it. I would have the same myself. If we extract the notes from the broken ghost, we should theoretically be able to figure out the direction of the bridging route. I see. Start casting. Result. Discovered for program code 909343. Yes, you've been fixed. Information received. Verification complete. Program code 90943 is now returning to work routine. Didn't say thank you. It's a program ghost after all. You can expect it to behave in the same way as an AI. You tap it and that's enough. Okay. Good defense program. Corrupted tight. Let's go. Oh mein Gott! Ich habe ausgewichen. Oh. Ey, was sind das für Frame Drops die ganze Zeit? Ich habe die ganze Zeit Frame Drops, das ist nicht gut. Also mein PC ist nicht heiß oder so, deswegen... Hä? Warum habe ich die ganze Zeit Frame Drops? Ist es durch den Stream? Gott, ich bin so froh, wenn Punishing Garage endlich mal eine PC-Version kriegt. Das nervt. Finally, route showing the data, you arrive at a room with fragments of program ghosts all over the place. Großartig. What happened? Broken remains and fragments of program ghosts can be seen everywhere near you. Bianca is trying to confuse her with multiple bridging. With that many bridges, Bianca is bound to slip up in the house she is operating. Let me try to see if there's pattern to it. Please do, Lee. Start casting. Calculation complete. The tracks match around here. It seems like Bianca didn't have enough time to get too far away. Let's get moving. Defense program. Let's go. Let's go. Das hat mir hingekriegt. Let's go. Damit hätten wir es hingekriegt. Sehr schön. Das war ziemlich einfach. Compromise code. Program goes twitches. Bianca stands in front of it, slowly disappearing. You're not getting away this time. Liv initiates signal jamming. Okay. Liv runs to the invade device at full power. dashing towards the vanishing Bianca as Lucia and Lee flank her from both sides. But it's still too late. Bianca vanishes into thin air, leaving only a shadow behind. We're not done yet. Analyze the program growth now. Understood. She doesn't have time to cover up her track now. We'll find her if we just follow it. Hurry up. Okay, dann müssen wir schnell sein, um sie zu kriegen. Security Code. Found her. Merch. Fragile relationship. It's a fake Bianca. Who worked your signature? Then let's move out. Finally slipped up, didn't you? Let's go. Oh, no time to waste. Ja, wir haben keine Zeit für den Blödsinn, let's go. Only we're saying Babylonia will humanity have a future. That's right. Find out why. There's power fluctuation in the immersion frame. Team 2, connect the actually into the emergency power supply. Hey Asimov, can you have that Grey Raven initiate an emergency awake? The intruders have hijacked the immersion module. If we take the immersion module offline now, all uplink conscience will be severely impacted. Construct can be rebooted, but for humans that may be fatal. Damn it, why the fuck do you always make something so dangerous? Quit fighting, Karenina. Get over here and help me set up the jumper. Coming. Preliminary estimation of the chance of failing more than 69.7%, but all we can do is try. From Bologna deck 42C, the archive of the intelligence department. I see, the command assures laying out all his cards on the table. The usually heavy guarded archives are now empty and only the security door is locked. Mary approaches the security room and opens it with the ID card. Was? With the ID card he just got. High clearance user detected. Minor review requested. Minor review? Uh-oh. Mary anxiously looks at the security then quickly scans the room for a place to hide. But there's nothing for him to hide behind this small empty room. So if a tourist comes down from the ceiling, I just have to face it head on. Mary request is not responding and requests timeout. But now, activate a maximum security procedure. Oops. Bye. Mary looks around the room again and finds the security gate lowering in front of the door he came through. So I'm stuck here if I can't open this door, huh? External interruption detected. Activating water evacuation procedure B. Warte, wartime evacuation. Alles klar. Security door has been closed, opening emergency passageway. The safety door opens inward and the air begins to make a hissing sound as it circulates between the two spaces. Don't make me come back here again. Mary walks through the safety door. Channel disorder. Leave. Okay, let's go. Entering Dominic Memorial Park. Let's go. Let's go, Lee. Das war ziemlich einfach. group of disorderly programs attacking one another, blocking your way. Super. The program was that fought us before are killing one another now. Can't move forward with them blocking our way, and we still got more programs behind us. Yes, we have to force our way through here. That's the only logical thing to do now. We can't afford to waste time here. Let's go then. Understood. That's it, we've broken our way through. Come on, over here. Let's go. Bang together, the four of you make it past the Purangos and arrive at a safer location. Who knows if we need to fight again up ahead, but we have no choice except to keep moving. Bianca's most likely just right up ahead. Let's go. Brace yourself, I've got a feeling that it's not going to be the smoothest ride. Ja, es ist Hoaxo, von dem wir reden. Oh, noch ein Kampf. Let's go. Das war einfach. Sehr schön. Kann ich mir gleich mal die ganzen Kämpfe skippen? Ich würde gerne die Story durchhaben. Bis heute Abend. Wie groß ist dieses Gebiet? Ah, das wollte ich nicht, aber okay. Au! Ich bin ausgewichen, hä? Das war's für dich. Breaking a deadlock. The other end of the Eden 6 seemed to be legacy module. So, the result of the scan showed that the area is calm. Not even a single trace of the irregular program is detected. It seems a little out of the ordinary. I suggest proceeding with caution. Is there a way to bypass this area? Searching, no route was found. I can continue with searching, but I need time. What is Babylonia's current attitude? Retrieving external data, Babylonia is still falling. It's now very close to the bottom of low Earth orbit. How bad is the situation? Babylonia isn't designed to navigate through stratosphere. If the altitude is too low, navigational functions will begin to malfunction. Uh-oh. Even if we abandon Babylonia, there won't be enough time to evacuate the whole ship. Disregard any anti-weaponry on the surface that can damage weaponry. Force landing itself could kill at least a fourth of the passengers. We can't wait any longer. We have to stop from crash landing. We need to hurry. If we force our way through, even though it won't impact us in construct, it will pose a risk to you, Commandant. But I also agree that there's no time to waste. In that case, I take point. Lee will cover the rear. Commander, you be safer in the back. Being hit in virtual space might be fatal, but disconnecting is still excruciating for humans. If a construct dies, they can still be repaired if the damage isn't beyond the reboot threshold, but humans can't be rebooted. So we can't afford to lose you, Commandant. Same goes for you. Yes, we know. I'm ready to provide cover fire. 3, 2, 1, go. Defense programs disguise terror podcasts patrol area as usual. Looks like they don't pose much of a threat. We should still proceed with caution. I look after, Commandant. Sickness detector scanning. We have my ID code from Bubbly and we should be okay. Hostile detected. Activating suppressive fire. Huh? Damn it, is this the Roxas doing? It seems that we can't pass here without a fight. Got you. Target Holster engaged in Defense Mode. Komm jetzt endlich her! Yo, okay, damn it, she hijacked the defense programs. You just have to get rid of them then. Das war nicht gut, aber okay. Das war's für dich. You see me, I check the security barrier model. The port to deactivate is on the other side, we can't do anything from here. We have to find another way. Let's go. Das sieht hübsch aus. Wow. More threats detected in the area. Activating extermination mode. What? That Bianca has made too many bridging attempts. All defense programs in the region are now alerted. You can't get away without fighting. Let's go. Wenn es so ist, dann machen wir sie fertig. Damit hätten wir das erledigt. Weiter geht's, komm schon. Wir haben nicht so viel Zeit. My last signal is just up ahead. Guess we have to go through them. Let's go. In channel as I thought. According to my scan, the destination of a bridging connection is right here. Okay, Bossfight oder was kommt jetzt? Wäre das irres zu wissen. Bridge of Babylonia. The jumper said, can we transfer the signal? Not yet, there must be an issue with the power. Fuck, looks like we have to move the batteries here ourselves. Get team 2. Hurry, the power will disconnect in 15 minutes. Only the interference protocols are dismissed. There is not enough computational power to counteract this unexpected occurrence. Unexpected occurrence now. Lee, coming. Lee charges at Bianca with all his strength and lands a flying kick, causing Bianca to lose balance. Then using his right hand as an axis, he does a spinning kick with both feet, sending Bianca flying towards Lucia, right into her unsheathed blade. I see. Lucia slashes Bianca, giving her no time to react. Left shoulder of Bianca separates along the edge of the blade, sending the parts flying and disintegrating in the air. Lucia follows her attack with a swift kick, sending Bianca flying. As Bianca flies through the air, a beam of light hits her right in the face. Well done, Liv. I just got the shot off in time. The fragmented body of Bianca separates into three as they fall among the ruins of buildings devastated during the battle. It's over. Lucia takes the left, Lee takes the right, and Liv comes in from the middle, shielding you as you four carefully move in a pincer formation towards the largest part of Bianca. The camouflage of her fragmented body has almost disappeared. Any resemblance of Bianca completely disintegrated, leaving a peculiar shape behind. Asina hasn't told us that the issue is resolved, so this must be the sub-terminal Urax specifically used to block us. Looks like Urax is still causing Babylon to fall from somewhere else. Why? I remember that during the Battle of Gulang, Gabriel took Urax's key from Q. So the assassins are behind us then. Urax wouldn't be issuing this attack on Babylonia otherwise. AI is restricted by security protocols. It can execute such dangerous orders without first seeing them from an operator. Frame functionality, disassembling, cannot maintain target restrictions. Sensitive wave of energy fluctuations. What is going on? My body keeps... The James signal from the unknown origin disappears. That's... The elevator switch is turned on. Vibration slowly comes to stop after a while. Iron gradually regains their body functions. At which point the rest of you find notice lift pointing off into the distance. Following around, everyone sees authorization restriction revoke displayed on the operation panel to the passageway. Let's get going, everyone. Right. Type 2 few batteries have arrived. Type 4 few batteries have arrived. What the hell are you doing? You can't mix two different transformers. If the bridge blows up, I'm not footing the bill. Okay, Karen, calm down. Beruhig dich. Connect the jumper and crack up the voltage. Are you crazy? If you blow up the immersion chamber, you sever all the power. We can't wait. 5 more minutes and the voltage will go below the red line. Forget it, don't worry about it. If it blows up, it blows up. If it can't last for another minute, that's still a minute longer. The area infiltrated by the sub-terminals is in danger, calling all sub-terminals to provide protection. What is happening? They found the access point, the location of the sub-terminal. But you said everything was under control. I miscalculated the capabilities of Grey Raven. It appears that their maneuvers and steering have improved since the battle in Kulung. Is the database outdated? It seems highly likely. Are you hiding something from me, Araxu? Can I understand what you're implying? I have more important things to do than explain myself to you. Okay, und was hast du vor, meine liebe Miss Luna? On Liv's suggestion, the four of you decide to travel through the secondary channel for emergency data transmission. When there is no emergency, the channel remains locked with an emergency protocol. The only way to pass through this channel is to deactivate the blockades in order, but ultimately this will save you time and energy. The invader can send and an infinite amount of program goes after you, while you do not have the energy to fight them forever. Security line code E02000436, security log L1. Found it. Let's get to work. Unknown port. Okay, das kann ich nicht lesen. Security key is showing some bizarre codes. Did they hijack the security lock too? Oh, that's very good. Is there anything we can do? Its entry module is damaged beyond repair, and really isn't anything we can do with it, even with the authorization password. So we just have to open it with brute force. Okay, blow it up. Tools in die Luft jagen. Can't really think of a better way. Start casting. Security locks functions are completely destroyed. It quietly opens. Random event. Unknown port. We are at the end of the tunnel. The bridge is up ahead. I bet this is what screwed up to the security lock. In addition to the berserker, the security lock is also showing traces of multiple bridging. While the anti-rotor still seems usable, you've got two choices here then. It's up to you now, Commandant. Battle. Path is clear now. Guys, let's go. The bridge is over there. Let's go, all get ready. Meanwhile, Murray has already assembled the last terminal in the archive and connected cables of various sizes to a peculiar looking module. He looks at the jerry-rigged bionic access terminal and smiles wearily. Looks like this is the only place to infiltrate Gestalt without being detected. Gestalt is limited by the principal protocol, so it won't intentionally inflict fatal damage to a human consciousness. But who can be sure that Gestalt is still its former self after having evolved for so long? Murray sighs as he puts the mask-shaped bionic access terminal on his face. Upon doing so, Murray is removed from all his senses as his consciousness falls into a vortex of emptiness. There's only one thought left in Murray's mind as he falls. If this is what you feel, what consequences feel when they dive in, then Lee, I don't envy you. If I had a choice between infiltrating and negotiating with some strange descendant, I'd probably choose the latter. Ja, dachte ich mir. The vortex subsides, Murray finds himself once again in Babylonia. Time to get to work. While Gestalt's busy dealing with the intruder and the Grey Ravens, I see what secrets I can uncover here. But before I do, I need to be prepared. Murray reaches up with both hands towards where he entered, and he opens his hands as if calling upon something. Start the full band lockdown procedure and activate safe mode for this block. This will deactivate the normal emergency engagement procedure, but that shouldn't be an issue for you, Lee. Let's see how Commander Nicholas' minions will react. After only by activating the security mode can I cover my tracks. What is the signal? What? Take a look. Isom points at the screen which displays a lit up dot hovering around core S42. What is this? It just appeared. That shouldn't be there. That floor is highly isolated. It shouldn't be accessible to external entries. While they are busy figuring out the source of the signal, the screen turns black right before their eyes. Then the screen displays a massive warning. Connection rejected. What is going on? Switch to jumper X12L. Connection rejected. Then add XK6 and bridge direct to Gestalt maintenance interference. Connection rejected. The fuck? This is not external. All interfaces have been disconnected internally. It seems like no one but those away inside can tell what the internal situation of Gestalt is right now. All we can do is maintain Bahan gives them a chance to disengage. Scanning complete. No anomalies is detected. Then let's move out. Understood. Asimov, we are going to the bridge in the virtual space. Asimov? Our comms are disconnected. What is going on? No clue. Try activating the lockout sequence. Lockout request non-operational. We can't disengage? Well, all we can do is keep moving. Right, let's focus on our mission. We figure out the rest later. Main intrusion terminal is under threat. Proceeding intrusions cannot be guaranteed. That's enough. We drop the main intrusion terminal as soon as possible. Since it's about to fail, there's no reason to tangle with them anymore. It will take some time. We'll need to withdraw all the data uploaded to Gestalt for each external port to prevent them from tracing the source in each bridge contact. Sister? Yes? Our mission to crash barrier has failed. Have everyone maintain defensive position and retreat in my direction. Alright, I will begin immediately. Wait, not so fast. Don't fall into that trap. Maintain an orderly retreat. Understood. Is something wrong? Gabriel and Ron both took a detour on their way to their destinations. I see. Es war irgendwie klar. Scan. It's interfering nodes. If we let them stay where they are going to keep perfecting our perception ability. They scan for their locations. If I've uploaded some possible location into the command link. We have 1 million around us, that's why disruption is so strong. So then install this interfering mode on the pre-existing program module. Now aside from the interfering node, there's a data stream that goes beyond the program module. Can it be the communication between our works on the ground also integrated with this interference module? Such a high degree of accuracy is reasonable to guess currently that the intrusion took place so suddenly. Which means if we destroy the interfering node, we'll also be able to serve our works connection with the ground server. Correct. And when that happens, I imagine our subterminals will be critically hurt. Let's do it. Understood. Ich hätte es nicht nochmal vorlesen, es war das gleiche wie vorhin. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, man sagt so beim CPU heißt Cleansing Unit. Let's go. Gut, das wäre erledigt. Let's go. Alles klar, als ob. Das wäre erledigt. Schöner Finisher. Complicated note. Break the lift. Wir sind... Yes! Boss fight! Huaxu. No matter who it works for you, you've got to make it stop. Hostile present attack within proximity. Found you. Looks like we can't just ask you to give up. Waste yourself now, can we? You have now authority to that order. And we have no other choice. If you continue to be hostile, then I also have no choice but to counter with force. Bring it on. Whether it's for Babylon or to find out the truth, we stop you. If you continue to stand in my way, necessary means we will carry it out. The culprit is right behind the store. Oh, das ist die Brücke. Hi, Waxu. Zeit, dich fertig zu machen. Calculation is our battle with you is inevitable. Oh, true. Oh, nicht, was du nicht sagst, Genius. Hallo? Kann ich mal bitte... Ich kann... Hä? What the fuck? Was ist denn jetzt los? Mein Controller funktioniert nicht, oder was? Soll das ein Witz sein? Okay, jetzt geht's wieder. Hä, was war denn das jetzt? Gott, deswegen will ich eine PC-Version. Das ist so ein Blödsinn manchmal mit einem Emulator. Wenn ich jetzt einen Disconnect kriege wegen einer fucking Animation, lache ich. Let's go. Ach nee. Dann wollen wir jetzt schauen, was du drauf hast, Tuaxu. Ja, geil. So, das war's für dich. Operation disrupted, unable to recover connection with the root server. Reconnecting failed. Wir haben dich durch die verdammte KI. Request connection to root server, request connection to root server. It won't work if you cut off all contact between your subterminals and the root server. Disconnecting confirmed, withdrawing connection request to the root server. This integration process irreversible. Stop your infiltration on Babylonia build media. You have no authority to issue that order, but I cannot continue executing order. Cannot maintain form stability. Much like Bianca before Ryox disintegrates before your eyes. Is it over? Ask him what's the situation like outside. Ask him has turned on his comms, but he does not respond to your questions. From the terminal screen you can see he's moving something with Curie and Lina. Looks like they are too busy to answer us. Let's find out what the status of the virtual space is. That's Liv leans over and picks something off the ground. Liv, this is on the ground after Ryox disappeared. Liv holds a particular fragment in her hand. Is that a data fragment? Why did it drop this when the other one... You're right, that one didn't drop anything. Can I analyze it? Let me see. It's a set of coordinates, but I can't decipher the last two data points. Mainly the fragment was solidified with the core of the sub-terminal, and it was damaged when the core disintegrated. How accurate are the coordinates you can retrieve? I can narrow it down to an area of about 5 to 10 square kilometers. That should suffice. How's everything going? About time we hear back from you. Just finished preparation for you to leave the virtual space. What's the situation with Babylonia? We've managed to start ascending, but I won't be able to return to low Earth orbit anytime soon. At least we've stopped losing altitude. Well, that's good news. Roxy was the one who would betray the start and the sub-terminal dropped this as Asimov. Coordinates? Wait. Prepare to disengage from the virtual space. Right now? Yes, right now. President Azam wants to see you. If that's the case, then let's get out of here. What's going on? I can't get you to disengage. Where can I disconnect with? What? Looks like a part of the full WAN lockdown procedure is still in effect. I guess we are stuck here. Don't worry about the lockdown for now, Lee. Go to the terminal in the virtual space to synchronize your data with me. Gestalt is operating normally now, so if the usual method doesn't work, I still have another way. They quickly approach the terminal and begins operating it. I'm ready on this end. Asim, are you ready to start the handshake protocol? Begin. Establishing handshake protocol. Handshake, okay, Hände schütteln Protocol. Signal requirement 0.47%, requirement 14.6%. Since we cannot use the main channel, it's going to take a bit longer. Warning, unauthorized data flow undetected. Emergency safeguard deactivate. Damn it, now the Gestalt is fully operational, it's treating us like junk data. Ask them to think of something. Sigma requirement for 1.03%. Sigma requirement 44.27%. We begin to feed a virtual space around you, peeling off layer by layer, mainly underlying data. You're running out of time, Asimov. Hurry up! I'm trying to keep in sync. Tell me something I don't know. Sigma requirement 61.3%. Sigma requirement 66.09%. Looks like we have no other choice but to find a start a little. You notice that the crumbling areas around you begin to halt in some place, even we're looking like Babylonia. What did you do? I put a part of Gustav's firewalls against itself, which should buy us some time. Signal requirement 74.12%. Signal requirement 86.37%. As I reach the minimum requirement for the disengagement procedure, and begin to the disengagement sequence, but I should warn you, you might experience a slight deviation. Just like that, everything around you fall into darkness, just like when you first began the immersion process. Okay, die Story war sehr rasant. Aber ich bin gespannt auf die Story von Luna und Roland. Importing memory, administering tranquilizer. Brainstem bridging link complete. Initiating consciousness update. Allocating memory. Loading virtual present. Loading complete. Initiating virtual special retriever with spear of AFOS. Complete. Gehen wir raus hier. Ten minutes after the grey has left the immersed frame. President? Considering the sudden nature of the occurrence, I keep this briefing short. Work's intrusion was connected to multiple access points. Even Asthma couldn't determine the actual location of accidents in such a short time. But the coordinates you require may be an important lead. You mean, it's time to take the offensive. Understood. This does pose some risk, but it's a risk we have to take. With this opportunity, we've never been closer to the sentence than we are now. Even if we can't eliminate them, we can at least clear up the mystery surrounding them. As for the potential risks, we can minimize with a swift and efficient operation. Strike them before they even have time to react and complete our mission. President, in the virtual space you ran into... Varx is correct, although that was most likely just one of Varx's sub-terminals. Before seeing what the Saints are capable of, you saw them steal Varx's key during the Battle of Kulon. After that, Luran successfully launched an attack on New Mask. Before we ever try our best to save as many survivors as we could with the Forsaken the Forest Guard, the Arrow still suffered considerable damage. He decimated a large area around the Research Institute. How can that be? The Forest Guard that arrived on the scene provided us with a report of the situation. According to the damage in the state from Steve's before he passed out in the ICU, his son installed the experimental high energy antenna cluster from the ruin, just as we suspected. The experimental high energy antenna cluster? We couldn't get any more information out of Steve, and after all, even the doctor doesn't know if he will ever wake up again. Judging from what happened to you, the reason why Waxter came back stuff probably has to do with the antenna cluster taken by the Extendants. Is Waxter working for the Extendants? At the very least, the auto infantry Gestalt comes from them. Oh, by the way, Gestalt has returned to normal. Slightly modified computing power and just the parts that this BRFOS can use. In conclusion, we know what the incentives were after this time. It has also provided us with decisive intel. That is the coordinates you obtained. Coordinates point near city 075. City 75? Isn't that? It's not exactly next to it, but you're right. It's the ruins of the 0-point reactor. We'll take care of Gestalt. You on the other hand are tasked with investigating the coordinates. Even if it doesn't lead to the sentence, it will at least point us in the right direction. So this time, we'll be sending all the available force to support you. We've already assembled the support force and task force. They are waiting your orders. Commander Nicola? It's about time. We can't just be massing forces. We need to strike when it's time to strike. We can't let this opportunity slip through our fingers. Advocating peace doesn't mean giving up the fight. It's also time for all of Babylon to realize what we are up against. In short, all of Babylon is ready. Then let's begin. Oh, das wird ein geiler Fight. After Arslan gives his orders to everyone, they proceed to their post. President, we are going to begin our preparations. Alright, but Hunter, please stay for a second. Huh? I should let you know something before the mission starts. Understood. Should we stay here? I'm not saying Hunter, please away or nothing. There's just something I need to tell you, Commander. Will you give us an order? Understood. The Freak Ravens give a brief but firm nod and turn to leave. Arslan does the immediate start talking, indeed. Then instead he looks at Lucy as she walks off lost in thought. It's not until the Freak Ravens have exited the bridge that Hassan turned to face you. It looks like my hunch was correct. Remember the thing I sent you to read on? I gave you some temporary clearance for the sake of training and other considerations. Gave you access to something you shouldn't have found out. As you know, there's too much information about where that could not be brought to light. But on one battlefield, the lack of crucial information can cause irreparable consequences. Hassan stops and closes his eyes for a long time. His frontal alludes to the struggle inside him. Finally, Hassan's deliberation ends with a sigh. Are you sure you still want to do this? Hassan sighs, Asim slowly walks out of the corner, understanding the implications of the sigh. Yes, they were the first to show their hand, so we should also be fully prepared. This incident is likely to be an important point of progress for us in this war. Asim, it's time to give it to Hunter of Peace. What do you want to give me? A double-edged sword. It will either be your key to victory or it will be the thing that destroys or stick with ravens. Is it about her? Yes. It's a frame is... Good. I think I made it. Removes the memory drive from the terminal and pockets it. That was a rare sight to see. Time to make my getaway. I have to get out of here before the intelligence department has time to react. Murray kicks the scanner terminal into his gap between the equipment with it is healed. Straightens his collar and walks out of the archive. Outside of the archive, he's surprised to see someone waiting for him. Valeria. Scarab, what a coincidence. Incident. Do you have a mission here as well? Hand it over. Okay. Murray takes out the memory drive from his coat and hands it to Valeria. Commander Nikolai thanks you for your cooperation. I would be happy if you conveyed it personally. That's not my problem. It must be hard for you to obey their command in such capacity. And then, for visiting indentations instantly appear on Murray's neck. Don't get me wrong, after all, I'm also working for the man. Now, would you please remove Basi's invisible tank tackles from my neck? Basi? Well, Bob, when can I kill the funny guy? You have your chance, release him. Indentations on Murray's neck fade away, revealing the camouflage tentacles. Picker looking encounter appears along with them. In that case, shall we go and find some other unlucky vermin to kill, Captain? I have no interest in those I'm not allowed to kill. Fine, but first we must complete our delivery. Basti realizes the tentacles around Murray's neck and turns to leave the archives of Valeria. After watching them leave, Murray does the instructions marks on his neck, then clears his spectrum. That wasn't exactly how I pictured that ending, but that counts as completing my objective, I guess. We are back. Per our defenses. Is that necessary? Just take it as a precaution. That said, since our operation failed, our enemy sure won't just leave us be. Cipher and bombardment. I have successfully relayed the information. Next, I will begin simulating Barbaros's operation after they receive the data. An hour later. Order from the president with the highest clearance. Now on all inbound open roads for the are under emergency takeover. Deck control team, please arrive at your station within 50 minutes. First outbound flight, T, minus 20 minutes. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. A massive transport cab is lifted out of the basin by an equally massive elevator. As it reaches the deck, a torch rocket attached to the front of the landing gear. Attachment incomplete. A torch rocket shuttles the transport craft along the fluorescent indicators on the deck to the launch point. After releasing the tow hook, it turns left 90 degrees and accelerates to leave the site. Mother Goose 1, testing communication link. Loud and clear communication link functional. Mother Goose 1, take 1 away 47, right, turn, and 167.43 upon departure. Maintain communication, Godspeed. Mother Goose, was 1 watch that, taking 1 away 37, right, turning 167.43 upon departure. Maintaining communication, tailwind is out of our bags. Serious questions. Do tailwind and headwind even matter in low Earth orbit? Cut it. Who wants to hear that? You're facing headwind and flying through an air pocket. Time for takeoff. The power forcefully pushes down the throttle, causing the engines to roar as the massive aircraft accelerates down the runway. Mother Goose 1, departing with railways and operatives in transport. Assemble the deck control team and prepare for the next departure in 5 minutes. While the deck is busy with inbound and outbound flights, the launcher below the deck is also remain at the ready. Ranger 1 to Ranger 16, prepare for launch. Copy, launch after Mother Goose 1 is cleared to deck. T-2 minutes, Roger. What is the situation in the target airspace? Situation unclear, please be prepared for all possibilities. I knew it. They wouldn't send the Rangers into battle otherwise. We are the best fan fighter pilots around. This is the kind of mission for the Rangers. LOL. If you encounter enemies, avoid unnecessary confrontation. Your top priority is to escort the transport craft. Got it. Take off as a go. Ranger 1 to Ranger 60. Prepare for lunch. Alright, boys, it's showtime. But they disengage from immersion too quickly, which means their possession of reality may still be affected by the virtual space. But there should be no problem in the transport gap. The moment they reach the ground, get to the point, Asimov. We should consider temporarily employing the spear of FOS to their command links. In that way they can at least deal with the situation unhindered, and moreover, as long as they can connect to Babylonians, they can also use the additional function of the spear of FOS for good start. Do as you see fit. I prepare a liaison officer for you. Okay. Enter deserted ruins, new area to explore. Deserted ruins. Wo ist das? Fake ascensions, deserted ruins. By why shake the transfer plane lands next to the support for supply vehicles. Fortunately, they crash into the ruins. Trying to adapt to the hostile light of the outside world, you open your eyes to the slaughter of the Lord of the Chief Support Officer. However, the virtual space still appears before you. Isn't this? Never mind that. Come with me, we have important matters to discuss. Led by Bridget, you fall into the supply vehicle. Partially running concentration has nearly turned this place into a dead zone. You need to strengthen your invalid device. Attack your team there. Just wait here for a minute. Before leaving, she rummages through the mountains of supplies for a few seconds and pulls out a protective suit. Here's your protective suit. We just finished improving it a few days ago. Thanks. After changing into the improved protective suit and waiting in the car for a moment, you see Bridget approaching with 3 other people. Alright, ready to go. The suit's really feel more protective against the virus, Commander. The invalid devices have been enhanced, but there's still a limit. See something too dangerous, don't let curiosity get the best of you. Really be careful. By the way, you have more serums ready for you before you go. That's very thoughtful. You just got more in stock as all. Another thing. Asimov told me about the trouble with your vision. Just wait here for him to contact you. It seems that we will maintain this perspective until the end of this mission. Shortly after, Asimov contacts you on the comms as anticipated. Dear copy, I'm assuming you've disembarked by now. Just in time. Just finished enhancing the Ember device. There should still be visual interference from the virtual space, right? Don't worry about it for now. to disengage from the virtual space to abruptly, preventing the spear of FOS from shutting down in time. Leaving the real-time virtual spatial data generation in your combinations. Generally speaking, it shouldn't be too much of a hindrance. You would have made a fully recovery after a few days of rest in the infirmary. But time is of the essence, and I think we can use it to our advantage. Going to try upload the spear of FOS to your command link to synchronize with your senses. This should allow you to restore, record, and playback the spatial data that you find. In other words, you can connect to Gustav's massive computing power with a security device, allowing you to receive and analyze scenarios, connect with entire systems. Even restore and simulate past events. We can restore anything you want, as long as there is fragmented data nearby. You can use Gustav to restore it, including data that has nothing to do with leads. You can use key data from people and objects to display information in the area. They can come in any shape, they can even just be names. However, you must secure the data first. By the way, since most people have been dispatched to the surface, Babylonia is now shorthanded. A new liaison officer will take over for now. Also, wait, I connect you to him. It seems that we will maintain this perspective until the end of this mission. It's not too bad, I filter out many uses this information. Murray! Oh no. Nothing strange about this, Lee. We can catch up once this crisis is averted. Now let Bridget give the security channel that Asim mentioned. Bridget smiles and hands over a package containing more than a dozen sophisticated cube-like devices. I'm sure Asim will explain what these are for. Take the bag. The weight hasn't been adjusted yet. Please bear with it for now. But as long as the secure terminal is active, you'll be able to investigate the area more easily. So we have to prepare for now. Any questions? Nope. I wish you all the best. Alright, let's move out. Wait until peace. I better double check your proactive suit. Oh, looks like everything is in working order. If you want to go into more dangerous areas later, you need to enhance it with a few mods. But don't put them on for too long. It will take the breath right out of you, especially during vigorous activities. I'm sure you're already familiar with the basics. Unlike those rookie commanders that forget basic safety rules in the heat of the moment. Well then, I wish you all the best. Projections of corrupted growth of punishing. Long after leaving the supply vehicle, you found a street covered with red sparks and pools of red liquid. What is it? Maybe it's a manifestation of the punishing virus? I've seen similar images in the database. Liv makes the shape of a cube with her hand. Stay away from the sparks in the liquid. They contain a high concentration of the virus. Don't let curiosity get the best of you. This indicates that we are approaching the dead zone. So we mustn't touch them. If you get too close to the red liquid, you begin to show signs of corruption. It's best just to avoid them at all costs. Understood. Proceed with caution. I've corrupted discovered in this area, but there aren't that many virtual projections appearing. Do we not have enough data? It's time consuming to extract data from the active corrupted, not to mention the sheer number of them. And we just have to clear out a portion of them. Lucia points to a group of rapid corrupted in the front of her. These corrupted are blocking the streets. Looks like we have no choice but to fight if you want to keep going. Everyone, prepare for battle. Lucia grabs a weapon and takes a step forward, but Liv looks nervously towards the northeastern side of Old Street. Liv, what's going on? After we pass through Old Street, are we going to the business districts? That's right. I was detected a high concentration of the punching virus there, but now it's gone. Is it moving or is it something concealing their signal? While everyone deliberates over the issue, you receive a message from Bridget. Hey, we just got attacked by a corrupted. They destroyed the security terminal here. Are you all okay? We are fine. Suddenly, a virtual space data in your line of sight begins to fluctuate brilliantly before disappearing. Looks like our nearest security terminal was also attacked. Let's set one up here. I take the cube out of your backpack and hand it to Lee, who begins setting up it hastily. You've been spotted by the patrolling corrupted, Commandant. Ready your weapons. Roger. Okay, dann let's go. Waren wir die fertig? To make her up today, we can't avoid a fight if we want to set up the security terminal. Oh, die Musik geht da richtig ab. What the fuck? Make sure leave is safe. I leave the rest to you. I got this. Oh, willst nicht ver... Let's go. Damit hätten wir die. Damit halt. Und jetzt bist du dran. Assertion starting backup security terminal. Better safe than sorry. Ja, gebe ich dir recht. Let's go. Gott, die Musik ist richtig gut. Here we go. Zeit für eine Explosion.
僕が計算した弾道から逃げられる者などいません。僕が計算した弾道から逃げる道切り開きます。
Let's go. Ow. Ja, jetzt geht drauf. So, das war's. After finally putting an end to the danger, Lee finishes setting up the security terminal. Security terminal activated, establishing connection. As the terminal signals reach full strength, the virtual projections begin to become more apparent. There's a lot more corrupted than I anticipate. Why are so many of them gathering here? Let's continue to investigate the ruins here. There may be some clues. Before Liv can finish, the expression on her face drops. I have to take a large concentration of the punishing rise 10 kilometers away. And it's approaching quickly. With a size that big, we're going to be devoured. Is it coming from a high wire intensity region you detected area? Based on its path, it appears so. As Liv species quickly assembles the parts of the reinforcement mods, having reinforced the operative gear command and our enhanced the device can still hold a little longer. Okay. Live helps you reinforce your protective suit quickly, and a sense of suffocation weighs on your chest. How long can we survive in this level of concentrations with our current protective equipment? The probabilities of a successful retreat is 41.32%, but a high concentration of moving virus is sure to be accompanied by something more dangerous. It opens a small compressed air cylinder and connects it to protective equipment. This small cylinder only contains 20 minutes worth of air. We need to hurry up and think of something. Breathe slowly. Try to extend the usage time. Can you chart the quickest escape route? It's moving way too fast, we won't outrun it. What can we do? We at least need to get command and to safety. If we aren't fast enough, there's no way a human can get away. What the hell is it? According to the patterns observed, it doesn't appear to be following an individual, nor is it expanding outwards like a tide heading straight for us. I think it might be a red liquid we saw on the street, but liquid can flow up upward. There must be something we don't know. How high off the ground is the tide? Currently 4 meters, give or take. Can we evacuate a higher ground? Scan for buildings or for meters. There's a abandoned hotel in the south with solid floors above the second level. We can still reach a safe height if we head there at full speed. Let's go then. But a section of the ground floor is collapsed. I don't know if the stairs are still intact. It's our only shot. Even if we can take the stairs, we still need to get up there, even if we have to climb up the side of the building. Ja, würde ich definitiv auch machen. Wenn man verzweifelt, es tut mir alles mögliche machen. As Liv has suspected, you have to find the interior damage from the explosion. The stairs and the outer walls on the first 2 levels have also collapsed. For no one's surprise, the elevator is out of service. Let's climb. You quickly run outside and start climbing the intact side of the hotel. After arduously climbing to a safe height, you see a strange crimson mass appears before you even have time to check cover inside. Is that the high concentration punching virus? It's like a rising tide. Therefore, if you look out in the distance at what appears to be a tidal wave of blinding red liquid turning towards you, flooding the entire streets in an instant. A vicious red tide crashes outside the hotel as it wants to climb the stone wall you are scaling. Giant waves swell up while splashing on your backs. Watch out! Every one of you continues to climb up the building in a hurry, even though you are fully protected. Direct contact with the red liquid still inflicts symptoms of corruptions. Disorder. As the sky doing envelops your vision, the full odor of claying blood fills your nostrils. Quick, into the hotel. You climb out the wall using the exterior decorations and hoist yourself into the hotel through a nearby corridor window. Looking down, you see scarlet liquid pouring in from the damaged section of the building, filling up the second floor. You have yet to stand firmly on your feet, and the alarm in your cylinder buzzes to indicate that half of the oxygen is already gone. Seems that your climb has significantly increased oxygen consumption. Calm your breathing. While concentration here has returned to a level suitable for our regular equipment. Seems like level concentration I detect originates from this red liquid. We should be fine as long we don't fall into it. Yeah, nein. Leave that on for now. We still aren't sure if the concentration will increase again. Let's deal with the signs of corruption first. And head to a higher ground as soon as possible. Then you can remove the mods. Okay. Lee and I will inspect our invite device. Live, check on the commandant. I can do it myself. Protect super straight with the mods equipped. Also, the access bar is on your left side. Just let me do it. I can do it with one hand. But Liv ignores you and takes out a vial of serum and then pinches the access port to prevent the virus from entering the protective suit. Then inserts the vial through the port and injects the serum. No matter how many times I've seen people wearing the enhanced protective suit, I still can't help but feel that it's too heavy for humans. Some commands with weaker physics can barely run with it on, requiring their team members to carry them on the road. After injecting the serum, the 3 of them watches the serum take a few steps. Looks like that's not an issue for Commandant though. I even say you climb up the 3rd floor as fast as us. You still need to evacuate to higher ground so we can lighten up Commander's load. Liv looks at you with concern as you inspect her invert device. Hold on, now is the opportunity to study the liquid. Give me a hand, Liv. Lee picks up a long unbroken pipe and stares intimately from a safe distance. Liv is thick, almost like mud, seems to be what we just saw. We need a name for it. How about the red tide? Simple enough, good idea. It also seems to contain a large quantity of debris and remains. Looks like it's swept out quite a few corrupted on its way here. Is it recycling their bodies? With the smell, I'm afraid these remains aren't just corrupted, but also humans. Lucia stops this up, but it seems like the rest of you have arrived at the same apparent conclusion. Liv shakes her head, tramping slightly. She looks down at the red tide and attempts to analyze it. What? My survey equipment appears to be malfunctioning. You can't get a reading? It's not that. My readings are exactly what everyone has said. The red tide contains a high concentration of the punishing virus and a large number of corrupted remains, but the punishing virus appears abnormal. Liv looks at the analyst terminal with a sour expression, as if she is considering how to summarize the results. They are proliferating like biological viruses and exhibiting parasitic behavior. Biological viruses? Maybe my server equipment is just malfunctioning. And if it isn't, upon hearing this you have all false sign. If the punishing virus really is dividing biological traits, who knows what will unfold next? You can't, it has to be an error. Liv prepare a report. Liv facilitates and prepare the results and sends them to Asimov. Lee gets with the iron pie in the sand, then the four of you proceed up the intact staircase as you look down at the red tide that floods the streets below. Why hasn't Babylon detect such a strange phenomenon? There aren't too many ways to avoid detection. Either it was hidden too well before it's rapidly expanded in a short amount of time. Either way, it's outrageous. We need more leads. Another thing, if this area is gone undetected by Babylonia for so long, why would Huxley let us find it so easily? We mean to say Huxley leaked this information to us purposely? It's possible. What is Huxley trying to achieve? Perhaps it's a trap? The four of you once again shift your gaze to the red tide outside the window. Sunlight shines on a mysterious scarlet seas, creating a silver glow on the surging waves. The light glimmers in the scarlet tide like countless fetuses opening their starry eyes in the thick plasma. Übrigens, this Artwork sieht wunderschön aus. The light dissipates throughout the tide silently, tumbling the bloodily boiling stew alongside the drowned remains. Four of you gaze into the red tide of life and death, just like how it gazes back. Following the strange gaze, faint voice went to your ears out of nowhere. Help! Who's there? Help me! Okay. It's like a sea off from dissipating in the wind, drifting on the crashing waves. Wait with bated breath, yet you see nothing but the waves. Liv? Scanning the surrounding area for signs of life. Liv searches intensely, but she sees nothing but the four of you. I haven't picked up anything. Where's it coming from? As for you are lost and false of fate, when it disappears without a trace. What was that? To try it didn't come from within the red tide, maybe it... Staying by the car window with the rest of you, Lee shifts the gaze to the stairs. You mean it's coming from another floor to the hotel? Let's check it out. On it. Shades of the past. auf den... Hier steht drauf, Enter the Side Ruins, New Area to Explore, Main Story to Side Ruins. Hä? Hey, Yukari. Ich kapiere gerade nicht, was sie machen sollen in der Main Story, weil hier steht drauf Enter the Cell Ruins, New Area to Explore. Welches Area? Hier ist nix. Hier kann ich nichts machen, hier kann ich nichts machen, hier kann ich nichts machen. Was für ein Area? Verdammte Scheiße. Fuck. Ich hab hier nicht, was ich machen soll. Was soll das? Ich kann nichts machen. Es ist so ein Scheißdreck gerade. Ich kann nur diese Tactical Flights durchgehen und durchlesen, aber das gehört, glaube ich, nicht wirklich zur Story. Oder gibt mir irgendwie welche Belohnungen, oder? Ja, definitiv gibt mir keine Belohnungen. Ich merke es gerade. Das ist absolute Zeitverschwendung. Ich habe keine Ahnung warum, aber ich glaube, ich kann nicht weitermachen gerade. Mit der Story. Ich bin mir nicht sicher. Es könnte gut sein. Ah, fuck. Ich hasse sowas. Aber es ergibt Sinn. Es ergibt Sinn, wenn sie das so machen würden. Okay, wenn es so ist, Leute, dann tun wir, glaube ich, den Stream erstmal dann nachher gleich beenden. Wenn man die Story nur Stück für Stück machen kann. Es würde mich nicht wundern, aber ich check nachher die Streams von einem anderen Content Creator. Tun wir das mal kurz schnell machen. Nehmen wir Vera als Support mit. Mach Lucias Waffe drauf und let's go. So, dann wollen wir mal. Okay, das wäre cool. Ah, okay, super. Dass das nicht funktioniert. Ich habe den meisten Damage gemacht, nice. Leute, ich muss Schluss machen, glaube ich. Fucking shit. Machen wir schnell die Dailies und die Weeklies und alles und dann machen wir Schluss. Sehr schön, das wäre erledigt.
So,
So, machen wir schnell Phantom Pancake. Ich nehme Lucia Dawn dafür. Weil, wisst ihr was? Ich mache das alles auf Stream, weil ich habe noch nicht gegessen und ich glaube, mein Essen wird langsam kalt. Deswegen, ja. Wir machen dann nächste Woche mit der Story weiter. Morgen tun wir was anderes machen. Und dann, ich bin raus. Bis dann, Leute. Peace out. Übrigens meine Meinung zur Story aktuell fängt ziemlich spannend an und ich hoffe, wir finden mehr raus über Luna und über die Ascendants in diesem Chapter. Nun, wir haben noch den Luna Interlude, die Luna Story, müssen wir noch spielen. Aber ja, das können wir noch morgen machen. Morgen tun wir dann auf Luna pullen, da sie jetzt noch nicht draußen ist. Und ja, mal sehen, ob ich sie pullen kann und wenn nicht, dann eben nicht. Aber ich habe genug eigentlich ich habe genug Zeit für das Update, dass ich sie garantiert kriege. Aber ja, nun dann. Leute, ich bin raus. Peace out.